Hi, it's Chris here from Intentional. I'm just going to recap the 4% from last week, looking at the top digital marketing and advertising stories that you need to know about. So having a look first at Google Marketing Live, their big marketing event over the start of the month. As you know, if you join any Google events that are obsessed with saying AI, they're definitely adding in a couple of new favorites, privacy and first-party data. So look, most of the updates were in regards to that. Within there was a couple of key items that could be useful for advertisers over the next few months to finish the year. First-party data insights, essentially uploading your customer match list, but then having a look at the crossover with your different conversion points. Could be interesting if you've got a CRM or Klaviyo set up with different segments to look at the performance gains between that. Asset library, just going to be a useful tool, more on the ad account management. Self-serve conversion lift tests will be really cool. So usually these are segmented across for top spending advertisers, but these will be something that now become available within the ad account. Essentially, if you're running YouTube or you've been wanting to try YouTube but not sure about its impact on bottom of the funnel, you'll be able to run that and see how that corresponds to uplifting conversions. Ads coming to YouTube Shorts. They're also going to look at some competitive insights on shopping. So without manually having to look through the feeds, you'll be able to see who's got better offers in market. Potentially a race to the bottom here for retailer versus retailer. But I think for brands, a good one to be able to see in terms of if you are seeing a shift in kind of performance, did one of your retailers run a promotion that you weren't across during that time? I came across this super interesting article of the dominance of Facebook, Meta, and Google. We always hear about the dominance in terms of digital ad revenue, but actually a graph here looking at what that looks like for the entire media landscape. And it's quite incredible, maybe a little bit scary in there as well. Direct-to-consumer, kind of see the impact here of from pre-pandemic to post. So up to 64% in 2022, now buying regularly directly. I think the comment here and what's interesting is if you're following any of the kind of direct-to-consumer product startup stories in the States, Casper, Peloton, probably also Casper, Peloton yet to get there. There's quite, the kind of the metrics that these consumer products have been using based around tech products of scale and cash burn and all of these, maybe falling apart a little bit. But definitely what they have done is change consumer behavior to want to find a direct-to-consumer store. There's some stats in this article here around the dominance of Nike versus their retailer. Influencer inflation. So while we don't manage influencers, we have been hearing from many of our clients just the increased costs. It's not totally surprising, just given how much every agency, ourselves included, on every meeting is saying, UGC, we need user-generated content. And influencers are kind of now becoming like a shortcut of a creative agency. Obviously, always the risk here around how is your brand being presented versus just allowing everyone else to present it, and then where kind of your brand cues and the things that you own. Not fully saying just go all in as influencers your creative agency, but I think beginning to view them as that style of cost is going to be something to be looking at. But if you're feeling the pinch, everyone is. And finally, LinkedIn Business Manager. So it's not there yet, so I haven't written anything about it, but it sounds like finally not going to have to put in our personal pages to actually get access to LinkedIn pages for managing for clients, and even internally being able to separate that out, I'm sure will be very, very helpful. That's it. If you want to hear more about it, please subscribe or follow me on LinkedIn, where I'll be sharing updates as they come in terms of being the 4%. 4% is the 80-20 of 80-20. So just trying to shift through the things that are most important for you to action over the next few weeks. Thanks so much.